Hi, welcome everybody. It's Mike Newton back in the swing studio here at Lynn Golf Academy. Quick little swing tip for you here is just for little pitch shots in and around the green and how to maybe use the bounce of the golf club to your advantage. So many of you have heard the word bounce and some of you may know what bounce is, but the ones that maybe don't, is basically bounce is this sort of angle here. Okay, you can see how that sole of the club is sort of angled this way, so it chamfers off like that. So this back edge of the sole is lower than that front leading edge. Okay, so that can be at different angles depending on the club you've got and whether it's a high bounce, low bounce or a medium bounce. But ultimately bounce is going to be your friend. Now what I see a lot of pupils do is they go back into that old classic position of moving the ball right back in a stance, big forward lean of the handle, and you can see when we do that, if I move that back, tilt the handle forward, you can see that bounce just completely disappears and it presents a very sharp leading edge. So there's a lot of digging, a lot of fat shots and a lot of shots which come out really low and hot, and it's hard to control that golf ball when it gets on that green. So just going to give you a little swing tip here, maybe just to help you to introduce a bit of bounce, because that will get the club sort of bruising the ground more, keep it going through, and your strike patterns will be a lot more consistent with spin, better launch and a lot more control on that golf ball. Okay, so as I say, a lot of golfers want to move that ball right back in that stance, really get the weight sitting forward, handle really leaning forward, and it's very much of that sort of digging down sort of action into that golf ball, which can prevent some very inconsistent ways of how that ball comes off the golf club and reacts as it comes out. So it's very difficult to get a feel for different speeds or different lengths of golf shots with different scenarios in terms of the green. So what we just want you to do here is maybe play the ball more middle of the stance, or if anything, just maybe slightly forward, a tiny bit of weight on that front lead leg, but not too leaning, okay? And try and have the handle a little bit more vertical, or if anything, a slight forward lean, but not too much. And what I maybe want you to get the feeling of is as you make the stroke, is the club head's actually going to pass the grip end, okay? Now this might feel, or you might straight away be thinking, that's scooping the ball, okay? And possibly for the ones who dig a lot, it will feel like you're going to be scooping, but what's going to happen is this angle here, is you're going to release this angle, and at impact, you're still going to have a slight forward lean in the shaft, but you're presenting more true loft the golf club, but more importantly, delivering a bit of bounce into the ground, okay? And that's going to get this sort of bruising. So as I make this practice swing here, I'm going to feel that action, and I'm going to feel quite a bruising of the ground, and not a dig of that leading edge going into it. Okay, so if I'm going to make some shots here, I'm going to feel like the club passing my hands, okay, and I can feel that sort of bruise of the ground, but there's no digging. Okay, so I feel like I can get quite aggressive without taking a big, huge sort of divot. So I'm going to play a shot here. So ball just slightly forward, shaft not too leaning, weight slightly forward, but I'm going to feel like the club passes my hands through impact. Yeah, and just feels a lovely strike, nice result there. Right, so remember, use the bounce. Bounce is going to be your friend here, so that bounce there is really good for creating some consistent strikes on the golf ball. If we get into that position, you can see that bounce is taken out of the equation, and we're going to get some very diggy sort of shots. So if you feel you get these low fizzy shots in, very sort of diggy action, where it's like boom, end of swing at impact, there's no real follow through, bigger turf interaction, please do try this tip on the practice ground. You know, feel like it's passing, feel a bit like it's scooping. I know it's a bad word to use in golf, but you understand what I'm trying to do there, is we're actually trying to realign the shaft that way and not present it too much of a handle lead. Okay, give that a go. Do comment down below if you have a bit of success with that, and see how you feel that turf interaction. I think you'll see a big sort of difference there. Do subscribe to the channel if you can, and put a link up here. I do appreciate it. You'll get notified of future videos, a lot of swing tips coming your way over, well, next few months of the summer anyway, at least. And then hopefully obviously you'll get notified of those, but please do subscribe, and we'll catch up with you all very soon. Thanks for watching.